All right. All right. Brandon, can you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your spiritual background and kind of what you were struggling with before our session?
So, my name is Brandon Leismith, and before we started our session, I was struggling with a broken heart that I didn't discuss very often with people. And I was also surprisingly in our session, which still amazes me, dealing with father issues that are no longer father issues. In our session, quick little thing, we actually met the first time I met the soul of my father. And it stunned me so much in the moment that I had to process quickly to deal with any of the issues that I was having in this lifetime. But I knew it was him. The look in his eyes was the exact same as the look in my father's eyes now.
Wow.
So, yeah, that was very healing for me, and it was very unexpected. I've never come across anything like that before where I dealt with a parent from a previous life.
Mm.
So that was definitely something.
And how did those struggles before the session affect different parts of your life, your work, your mental state, wellness?
Um, well, I wasn't trusting to be in relationships at all. Uh, Even my friendships, which are relationships, I was very hesitant to trust any of it because my heart was broken so poorly that I was having difficulties putting it back together again. The session that I had with Jonathan was such a experience that my heart decided to let go of the brake
Yeah.
and to finally let myself feel once again. And since then, I've been doing things that have also been helping me more and more, um, help me to repair the damage that goes very deep. And I've gotten to a point now, 2 months later, maybe, where I'm now fully ready to accept having another relationship in my life. And it's been 5, 6 years since I last had that feeling that I wanted to date anybody again.
Yeah, and when I first met you, you do psychic work. You've been doing it for 30 years, and I thought, well, what can I show Brandon that he hasn't already seen? And so what was kind of different? Was it being guided differently? Was it unexpected? How did this work differently than you doing it yourself?
So, fun fact, it's actually been almost 40 years that I've been doing psychic work. Um, Thank you for making my age younger, but I'm not vain like that. I enjoy getting older uh, because it gives me more street cred. But to answer your question, the difference in it was you caught me at a time in my life that I was actually ready to surrender the part of me that was guarding the heart. Previous times beforehand, I was fighting everything off. I didn't want to get into that. That wasn't something that my soul wanted to deal with in regards to life. I wanted to hold on to that because I felt, even as a psychic, that it fueled me to go deeper and to dig farther into other people's lives to help them with their relationship problems.
Oh, okay.
But upon the final act of surrender here, I'm realizing, wow, I'm actually getting much more insight as to how to have relationships heal for my clients, and my structure of voice, my language, even the flow of energy that I receive, the messages that I receive, have started to slow down in a way that I can catch everything I need to catch
Mm.
versus it racing so fast that it's like, oh, it's there 1 second and gone the next. Um, I'm now at a point that I can see fully where people need to heal. So this way they can have relationships that are worthy of having.
That's a good point. So, and you did this from a place of compassion, not only wanting to raise your vibration and heal, but you do this so you can in turn help other people more effectively and efficiently in your sessions. Is that
Correct. Correct.
And was there any other unexpected results or shifts that occurred since our session?
Yes, actually. And I'm still trying to process some of it. So I'm a Reiki master, and that doesn't really mean anything. It's just a title to state that you have a particular symbol that you receive once you reach masterhood. And it binds everything together. It's nothing special to really tote, but it is still a title to put out there. I didn't feel like I wanted to do Reiki for at least the last year at all, on anybody, on myself, on anything. But in our session, when it was a moment that I was at a party in our session, and I was looking around and I was so happy. I was so thrilled being with these people that I felt at home. And that was a feeling that's been foreign to me for a while now. But I recognized it. And in that moment, I could feel the heat returning back to my hands. That means to me, Reiki's flowing, Reiki is working. So I could feel the Reiki energy that was present at that moment, actually healing that scene, that situation, that experience for me before I put my hand into the hand of the person that I was with in that lifetime. And when I did that, that's when my heart went ba-bum, ba-bum, bum, and it started to beat again for me.
Yeah, that was a pretty deep moment in our session, and uncovering it afterward. Is there any differences in your thought process, or is it mostly how you feel, or are these shifts, how would you describe them to others?
Yes. So my thought processes have actually been a lot smoother, a lot easier, a lot calmer. I'm not feeling as anxious these days as I was feeling. I'm not feeling as plagued by disrespect for myself either. And as a psychic, you tend to feel or pick up on that a lot more than what others tend to pick up on, because it's always going to be present. You open up to do a reading for someone on anything, like, oh, my car's bad. How do I fix it? And you get hit with all of this emotion that you're not expecting. And no amount of filters, no amount of blocks, no amount of shields can prepare you for the need that you have to have those emotions so you can properly register and understand what is going on. Because we speak as humans in emotion so much more than what we give ourselves credit for. That's like our primary language, more so than words.
Yeah.
But to answer the other part of your question, like, what do I see as a difference? I do see that my thoughts are cleaner. I'm actually sleeping again, and I haven't slept well for almost a year and a half, if not more than that. But since our session, it's been getting easier and easier to actually sleep again. It's as if a burden that I haven't even discovered what that burden was has been removed, lifted, or just released. I know that it was a mental block. I've been getting more creative again. I've been doing a lot more art. I actually finished a project in less than 24 hours yesterday, so I'm very proud of myself. So I'm seeing big changes have happened just from our one session. It's opened up more trust within myself as well, in others outside of me.
Yeah, that was that was part of it. So what would you say to others who are on the fence about doing a session like this? They're maybe unsure, it's new. What would you say to someone who's kind of on the fence?
I'd say ask all your questions up front. That's a lot of that's something that we don't talk about very often, is ask your questions about the service itself, not about you, but about the service itself. What can it provide? Where could it take you? How could it be applied to your life going forward? Are there possibilities of finding something that you're uncomfortable with? Yes, but that's how we heal through things. We have to push past the traumas, go over the traumas, go through the traumas, go around the traumas, whatever it might be, in order to find the answers that we really seek. So I would always suggest that if it's something that's calling to you, do it. If you've been to other individuals that fall into this type of a category and it hasn't worked before, what's the harm in trying it again with an individual that has great reviews?
And how did you come across me?
We were on a podcast together. It was Beyond Dimensional podcast, and I did a session with them before you.
Okay.
I watched afterwards, and when I saw your session, you stood out to me in a way that made me go, this dude's got something. This dude's got something. I'm not sure what it is yet, because I was just watching you on their podcast. But in that moment, I knew you had something to you that I needed to pay attention to. And whenever somebody pops out like that for me, I make sure to keep an eye on them specifically to see what it is that they have. Sometimes they just have a right phrasing that triggers something within me that I know, okay, they were a stepping stone, now on to my next. Other times they're an individual that actually holds lessons. And sometimes they're an individual, such as yourself, that actually holds a key to a door that I myself have had difficulty opening. So in that way, it's better to have somebody by your side when you're going through something like this that is at least capable of processing or managing any other, I guess,
unexpected situations or challenges.
Exactly. They're not doing this to test the waters. They're doing this because it's something that they're familiar with how the waters run. And it makes a big difference. I've already had past life regressions with people, but being as far along in my psychic work as I am, it's always been, well, I don't know how to work with somebody like you. Let's experiment. So it hasn't really gone that far. You just kind of went, I'm going to treat you like anybody else. And it worked. So I feel gratitude in that way towards your session, because you didn't try to see me as somebody different. You saw me as, you're just everybody else. And I loved that. Don't change that. Don't change that.
Wow. I really appreciate that. Yeah. Try to treat everyone's unique and special, and I show up 100% for all the people I talk to. And lastly, final words as far as if people are thinking about doing this session with me, any final thoughts before we end our interview?
Don't be afraid. Fear blocks you. And if you really are, like I said just a moment ago, if you're feeling cold, if you have that tug, if you have that sensation, oh, I feel something here, explore it, reach out, say hello, ask questions about the service, but don't ask questions about you specifically. Ask questions about the service, about Jonathan's length of time that he's done this, about his education, about his personal discoveries as well, is a really good place to start. And that can put you in a place that you feel a little bit more confident or comfortable on choosing him or going with another individual. But learning about the experiences through the lens of the actual practitioner can be a big difference when you decide to make a decision on whom or what type of a service you're going with.
Excellent. Well, I really appreciate you working with you and talking to you after the sessions and sharing spiritual connection. So yeah, anything else?
Have fun.
Right.
Like if you're afraid of things, you're gonna block it. So just have fun.
Open mind.
Go into this without expectations.
Love it. Excellent.